the aliens over here, the government lying.
They said they've been giving warnings and people say, don't do this. We'll use military force.
I assume you don't advise anyone to cross the line.
It's the dumbest ass idea anybody.
Do not raid Area 51.
Do not.
I won't be happy until somebody gets fried.
That is Groom Lake Road. Nearly there, this is crazy.
Alright, cast your mind back to 2019. Before Harry and Meghan were outcast from the royal family, and KSI was gearing up to fight Logan Paul for a second time, everything was good. But I had my eye on something that was slowly causing up a stir on the internet.
Welcome back. What started as a joke on Facebook now has reached millions of people.
You know, the number of people who say they're interested just keeps growing.
The U.S. Air Force is warning more than 1 million people not to try and raid Area 51.
Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. The now infamous event, hosted by a questionable character.
I just created a joke while I was playing video games, man.
No, you cannot joke about that.
That joke somehow managed to get the attention of over 3 million people, and I was one of them. As someone who's been interested in Area 51 for pretty much all my life, if there was any time I'm gonna go and see it for myself, it had to be then. So I booked a plane ticket, and before I knew it... Right, we're on the way to Manchester Airport. Let's do this. And that was it. I was on a flight all the way to the USA, and after around 10 hours in the air, I'd landed in Las Vegas, feeling pretty happy. For now, I just had to get to my hotel, and for the next few days, I could take my time to chill and experience the madness that is Las Vegas. But there was only so much I could relax knowing what was just around the corner.
Alright guys, today is the day. We're going to Area 51. It's only Thursday, it's not Friday yet, it's not actually the day of the event, but I want to go before, so it's, you know, less of a threat. I don't want to get shot. I've rented a car. We're going to make the 2.5 hour drive there soon. I'm just waiting for my phone to charge because I don't want to get lost in the middle of nowhere. And to be honest, I'm shitting it, but I'll see you when we get there pretty much. So
it was time. I was finally ready to fulfill my childhood dream. But between me and Area 51 stood a 153-mile drive. I was at the wheel for a while, but I kept myself entertained.
I go hard ragamuffin, yo. Don't know how I flow. Flow like I'm on a ooh. You don't know. Yo, man's in a RAV4. Don't chat nothing, because you know man's at the back door.
As calm as I seemed on the outside, the reality was, inside, I was actually quite anxious about making this journey.
Yeah, I don't know if I can drive for 2.5 hours, it's on edge.
However, after a few more controversial bars,
I don't want to hear chat nonsense. Don't want to just nonsense.
And after getting used to driving on the wrong side of the road, I managed to make it out of the city and onto the long, straight desert highway. Now feeling much less nervous, I was looking forward to the first stop of my trip, Alamo. This petrol station is a little side quest on the way to Area 51, and also where I first bumped into some fellow raiders.
I would like to try to go to the gate, but I've heard rumors of military throwing EMPs at people, so I don't know. I don't want to fry my phone or my car. Now I think about that. You need to realize this is a really wild and crazy event, and only the real wild and crazy people will actually show up. So now you got the real wild and crazy people there. I can't tell you what's going to happen.
And what are you expecting when you get to Rachel today?
Just a party. I'm expecting to party and just rage with everybody, have so much fun.
Yeah, dude, heck yeah.
And party he would, but not before I could get involved.
My name's Jack Steele.
Don't move.
And say what I really thought of the country I was in.
Let me ask you, do you think anyone that's actually going today is going to try to storm the gate?
There's going to be a handful of, you know, crazy, no offence, Americans with guns. You know how it is. But no, I think if you've got any brains about you, you wouldn't cross that line.
You're already meeting eccentrics at the gas station, though.
Yeah,
you're already bumping into
today,
everybody.
it's less of a threat.
Do you plan on trying to go to the border, not cross it, but go to it?
That's the main thing I want to do, go to the gates, see Rachel, go to the little alien.
Have you ever been to the States before?
First time.
First time. That's awesome. Any final words?
No, enjoy the raid, boys.
Right on, dude. You too.
Excellent.
And with that, I left Alamo and set off deeper into the desert to the next checkpoint of the mission. However, for the time being, I was in for a bit of a disappointment.
Alright guys, so I've just been to Alamo, and next stop was extraterrestrial highway sign, but they've removed it. It's gone. So there's no extraterrestrial highway sign anymore, which is a bit of a dead thing, but we are 40 miles from Rachel. So not long left now. I don't know what this car pulling up here is, but I'm going to get back in my car and get going.
With that letdown out the way, I waited for this suspicious convoy of ambulances to pass, then set off in the same direction to the next stop of my expedition, the Alien Research Centre. This is one of the main landmarks on the way to Area 51, and with a big event happening here over the weekend, it was a lot busier than usual. People were around preparing for the night ahead, as well as media lurking ready to capture any potential chaos. But I was here for two reasons. One, being this big fella. And two, the gift shop. I had a good browse of probably the most condensed alien themed room ever. Found what I'd previously missed out on just a few miles down the road.
I found the sign, guys. I found the sign.
And left with surprisingly less than you'd expect, but I did cop myself a nice new t-shirt to remember the day by. I took a moment to enjoy the scenery and had a quick chat with my gas station friend from earlier before setting off to the penultimate destination of the journey.
So this is the last stop before Rachel. Let's go to the little alien.
And on the way there, I got my first glimpse of something that I couldn't quite believe I was seeing with my own eyes.
Yo guys, I don't know if you can hear me and I'm driving, but I'm pretty sure that is the road. That is Groom Lake Road. I'm gonna have to zoom in on the edit, but you get the idea. Fuck, I'm nearly there. This is crazy. I'm actually so nervous. My hands have been moist all day. That's it. That's it. That's Groom Lake Road.
Still pretty shocked, I pushed forward a few more miles down the highway till some form of civilization appeared in the distance.
Alright guys, again, I don't know if you can hear me. There's some dark clouds overhead, but that town in front there, that's Rachel. That's where the little alien is. And that is exactly what we're going to see. Rachel, Nevada. Shit's the middle of nowhere, bro. Look around me. Look around me.
Arrive, Rachel. Arrive.
Finally, I was at the place I'd set off for over 3 hours ago. The journey wasn't complete yet, but for the time being I could take my time to take everything in, have a look around and try and comprehend the fact that I'd actually made it this far.
So guys, I made it. Rachel, Nevada. The little alien. This is crazy if I'm honest. I don't even know how to feel. It's just crazy. There's so much media here. There's not that many visitors, if you know what I mean. Like, I mean, there's loads. There's a lot of people, but not 3 million like we thought. There's a lot of police, a lot of fire engines, a lot of ambulances, a lot of campers over there. Other than that, it's exactly what I expected. Let's go into the inn.
Okay, so the inn was actually closed at this point, so I didn't get a look inside until later. And when I did, for some reason, it was really tense in there. So I took a couple of pictures, and that was it, unfortunately. However, thanks to these two lovely ladies, I did manage to catch the owner outside, who, despite the stress and legal trouble she was facing because of the event, seemed pretty optimistic.
You know, it is turned into an incredible gathering of people that, you know, just want to come and meet people.
Yeah.
Have a good time, enjoy each other's company. meet new friends.
Yeah.
And have a festival.
But I wasn't here for a festival.
Well, that's sad.
I know.
So I had to ask the important question.
There was one more thing. I assume you don't advise anyone to cross the line.
Absolutely not. It's the dumbest ass idea anybody.
Do not raid Area 51.
Do not. Go over there. That's just kind of dumb. I guarantee you the masses of people that are here to have a good time.
Yeah.
And to be safe and to do a party right.
After that, in hindsight, very interesting interview, I went back to Vegas locals Grace and Laura to see what they thought of this whole thing.
What if it's like Woodstock, you know? I mean, what if it's something they'll be talking about for 50 years from now, and we're only 2.5 hours away?
Did you see the Facebook event, the event on Facebook?
No, I never saw it.
You just heard about it on the news and stuff?
I heard about it on the news.
Oh, wow. What do you think of people actually trying to raid it?
I think they're idiots. I think they have a death wish. They can't stop them.
No.
People are going to come. And I mean, I've seen it on the national news, but in Las Vegas and in the papers, like I said, they've been giving warnings that people say, don't do this. We'll use military force.
So that's what to take away from it, really. Have fun.
And with that in mind, I made my way around and chatted to a few more alien enthusiasts.
What are your names?
Jenna. I'm Quinn.
Killer Cab, buddy.
And where have you come from?
Beatty Jack.
I'm from Boston. I work for a media company called Ride the Wave Media.
Beatty Jack, where's that?
It's Beatty. You're Jack.
Oh.
And I wrote a proposal to come out here, all right, and expose the government for their secrets, their lies, the past 40 years. We want to know what you found that fell from the sky.
I won't be happy until somebody gets fried.
Things fall from the sky all the time. And every time something falls from the sky, it goes directly to Area 51.
Do you think anyone will get fried?
Do I think so?
Do ya?
Man.
And it's kept a secret forever. And it's shelved in the...
If all goes well and I don't get zapped, we're going that way.
We're gonna find out ourselves, so you better come out with the truth, buddy. Or I'm me, Killer Kev, is gonna show up at your doorstep and find out what the fuck's in there.
As much fun as I was having in Rachel, I couldn't stay forever. I had somewhere to be, but after Laura's earlier warning, I was slightly concerned as to what might be waiting for me.
I'm sure if you try to go down there, you'll be stopped by people in pickup trucks with machine guns.
Great. And with numerous people off camera having a similar sentiment, I was questioning what to do at this point.
Right guys, so the majority of people are saying don't go to the gates, which is a bit of a piss take, to be honest. It's the only reason I fucking come. Maybe I should come tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have to. I really don't want to have to do the drive, but it just might be the case. This dude's just said don't go to the gates. I really want to though. I might take a drive up to Backgate Road, see what it looks like, and we'll see.
And with the weather outside slowly taking a turn for the worse,
this is going to be a shit show.
I was feeling pretty deflated.
I've been fully advised not to go to the gates, which is very disappointing if I'm honest. It's starting to rain as well, so I think I'm going to head back to Vegas and come again tomorrow in the daytime, and go check out the... I mean, it is day, but it's getting late. And I really don't want to drive 3 hours back in the dark, so... I'm going to have to come back tomorrow. I'm going to get going. I might have a look down Group Lake Road. We'll see.
So that's exactly what I did. I said goodbye to Rachel and headed back down the extraterrestrial highway towards Groom Road, the final stretch of the mission. There was no turning back now. I'd come too far to back out at the last minute, and with Area 51 so close I could almost smell the aliens, I had to see it for myself. As I sped down this dusty dirt road in the middle of the desert, a strange sense of pride overcame my fear. This wasn't about the raid. It was never about the raid. It was about the journey, the experience, about doing something that you've always wanted to do. I wasn't sure what to expect when I got there. I just knew that I had to finish what I'd started. I'd finally made it, the Area 51 border. I'd come a long way just to see some gates in the middle of nowhere, so this might seem like a bit of an anticlimax to some of you, but for me, this was a dream come true.
This is as far as we can go.
I didn't have long to take it all in, so I had a look at the infamous Area 51 signs, took a few photos and scanned the surrounding area, but with eyes watching us from the hill within the boundary, I felt our presence wasn't particularly welcome today.
Uh-oh, they're coming. Here we go. I think it's time to go. This is sick. It was worth it.
And as quick as I'd arrived, I was gone. But what I said to the police was right. It was worth it. They escorted me and the vice photographer I'd met a few miles down the road back to our cars, and I left feeling pretty accomplished.
So that's it, guys. There's the gate. I'm so glad I did it. It's going to be late when I get back. It's going to be dark. I'm going to dread driving this time. You can see all the friends there. They've got real dudes. I ain't fucking with them. But those dudes that you saw in their first clip, they were so sound. They were honestly some of the soundest people I've ever spoken to. But we did it. We can say we've done it. We've been to the main Area 51 gate.
And with that little squeal of excitement, the mission was complete. Filled with a sense of achievement, I had some final thoughts as I set off on the long road back to Vegas.
Yo, I just kind of want to add, that was crazy. That was, got escorted down by police, and then I'm speechless, to be honest. I've always, it's just weird to do something that you've always known that you wanted to do. I don't know why, I'm just very emotional, and now I've got a 2.5 hour drive back in the dark. It's not dark just yet, but it's going to be horrible regardless, so...
If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you for sticking around till the end. I just want to address a couple of things that some of you may be thinking right now. First of all, yes, I did end up having to drive back in the dark, and no, it was nowhere near as bad as I expected. Which leads me to my second point. Why didn't I stay for the actual raid? To be quite honest with you, because this was my first time traveling alone, I was just a little bit on edge the whole time, and I didn't want to put myself in a potentially dangerous situation in the middle of night outside of a military base with God knows who else. We all know how it turned out in the end.
Clap them cheeks! Clap them cheeks! Clap them cheeks!
But at the time, no one knew what was going to happen, so I played it safe and just did what I wanted to do, go and see the Area 51 gates. And I did it, which brings me to the final point I want to address. Obviously, I've been sat on this footage for quite a while, and that's pretty much because I didn't film enough while I was there, and because of that, I didn't know how to put this whole thing together. Hopefully, I've managed to salvage it a little bit, but at the time, in my nervousness, I just had to sacrifice filming to fully take in everything that was happening. I just hope you guys have enjoyed what I've managed to scrape together after 2 years. Either way, it was one of the best experiences of my life, and I learned a lot about myself in the process. Anyway guys, thank you again for watching. This video is a lot different to anything I've ever done before, so let me know if you enjoyed it by hitting the like. Also, drop me a comment saying Alien Gang down below if you watched right until the end, and I will see you in the next one. Catch you later guys, safe, bye!
There's a lot of weird things happening over there, and if we're the only intelligent life out there, that would be a waste of space.